Here we go, orbital TIG, so they show, you know, for welding tube.
Right.
And so they certainly have a steady hand with that one. So the dairy industry will be looking to do a lot of this in here. Now, the MIG C3000, so we've got a Q function and things on there.
What is this Q function?
The Q function is basically it's allied to dip transfer, only dip transfer, and it optimises the dip frequency and the parameter, your welding condition, to give you the optimum dip transfer condition for what you're doing. But you don't need to dial in a synergic line. It detects the gas you're on, and it will optimise your dip transfer condition.
So the machine's doing a lot of the thinking for you?
It is.
Right,
that's
okay.
Very good. In actual fact, that's what it's doing. So when we come into here, we're looking at, we've got a MIG C160 and we've got a little 200 on display.
And these are both operational at the moment, aren't they?
That one, yes, they have. We've been playing around with that. We've been doing a little bit of MIG brazing and
there's
things.
your cup of coffee.
There's my cup of coffee,
yeah.
which is
necessary.
well away from the machine. Yeah. So when we come down to here, we've got now we're getting into the slightly bigger machine, 3001. So we're going 3-phase, and we're going more amperage, 300.
What sort of things what applications would people have for the bigger machines?
They would be slightly heavier. Stainless steel in this case, or mild steel, everything except aluminium on this one. This one, aluminium and stainless steel, it's AC/DC. So the higher the amperage, the greater the range in thickness that it's got.
Okay.
And then we're coming down to the top of the range, the Aristo. So we have got a U 5000i there. So we can weld MIG, MAG, Manumetal Arc, TIG, even a little bit of arc air gouging.
But these are significantly bigger than the ones that we saw earlier.
But that one is 500 amps. That one is 3. They're still inverters, so their size in relative to what they put out is still at a very good ratio. So they've connected 3 feeders there, so whatever one we pick up and pull the trigger, that then selects that one. So we will have steel, aluminium, stainless steel on there. Then we've got one of the thyristor. So now you're looking at, again, a 500 amp but more conventional technology, and look at the size of that compared to that. And here we would be normally looking at people probably welding at the top end, obviously, core wires and things like that.
So this sort of size machine, what types of applications would you have for that?
Again, it would be in heavy industry, so heavy fabrications generally, core wires. Some of the shipyards would have something like that.
Building boats then, they'd actually be building boats with this.
Yeah, oh yes, I mean you've got a lot of thickness capacity. You've got 500 amps, and let's be fair, the guy will be hotter than the machine. So here we've got a yard feeder which we could connect to our Aristo. So again, predominantly for the shipyard, yard feeder, you know, where they've got to get a bit of distance, they haven't got the access and that, so they've got a small light feeder with a small, if you can see it there, your reeler wire in there. So the guy, instead of having 15 kilos, he's got something lighter and he has a longer umbilical.
So these machines, this is essentially feeding the larger machines with wire, is it? These
are actually the feeders which feed the wire, supply gas, supply the facilities that you would need.
Okay.
And things like that.
So what's the difference between, say, what's the yard feed doing then?
The yard feeder is really doing the same thing,
right?
But it will take a much smaller 5 kilo reel.
Okay.
So if the guys are on a ship and they've got to go through fairly narrow portholes and things like that, that will go through. They get all the benefits of MIG, and they've got, you know, good hours welding on there before they need to change. But it's lightness.
Yeah.
You see, one of the heaviest things on there is 15 kilos of wire.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, you know, I mean, and anybody pulling 15 kilos about with steel or stainless steel knows.
Yeah.
Aluminium, that's not so bad. It's only 6. So there we've got one of our latest Origos, and here again it's the inverter. But look at that, 400 amps that we've got there, and compare that to the more conventional technology.
Oh yeah, the size.
Look at the size.
Yeah.
So you can there in one thing see the benefits of
portability. Absolutely. It's hard for me to actually. I'm just trying to work out if I can give people an idea of scale. I've actually got my phone on me. I've got my phone in my pocket. So if I just put the phone on top of the box there. Unfortunately, it's a black phone, so I'll have to go in close. Should start to give you an idea of the scale when we compare it to the larger 500 amp machine. I hope that gives you some idea of the difference in scale. So, thanks very much for your time.
That's okay. Oh, it's a pleasure. With one more thing.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay. No, so we'll carry on.
Just the marathon pack.
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously, for guys that are doing high production and downtime, changing reels is an important thing for them. So, we would have a marathon pack, and that enables you, particularly if you're on a robot, to do phenomenal amount of welding without having to change a
huge barrel of wire, basically.
Yeah,
okay. Right, I'll try again. So thanks very much for your time.